Hello guys, my name is Brian Kelly, and today we're going to be doing another After Effects tutorial. Now, we're going to be doing something kind of new, but not really. This was requested by a fan of mine, I would assume. It was requested by Mr. Orange Paper. And that is, he wanted to learn how to do a vacuum suck up, as I call it. In Luigi's Mansion Real Life, I made a series, and, well, I suck up ghosts like this one, and I suck up mini ghosts in Luigi's Mansion Real Life. And, well, I'm going to show you a variety of ways to do this effect. But I'm going to show you, there are many varieties of a way to do this effect, but I'm only going to show you one, and that's the way I use. So what you want to do is, you want to make a new solid, and you want to name this solid Vacuum. Now of course, Vacuum. Now of course this is one of the beginning effects. This isn't even the effect itself. This is how you make the gust of wind for the effect. Now you can skip this part, or you can go and look at the ghost effects, see how you can make a ghost, or you can go right to the tutorial and go ahead and start. So what you want to do is you want to go, once you make the new layer, you want to go to Effects, and you want to go to Simulation, Particle Playground, and then you want to go to Effects, Blur and Sharpen, Fast Blur. Now we're going to open up Canon and Gravity for Particle Playground. So what you want to do is you want to go here, this is kind of important, and you want to bring down the force so that it goes up, like so, and bring it all the way down here. And you're going to change the Canon color to gray. Any shade of gray is fine. So you should get something that looks like this. Now this is why we have the blur. You're going to take the blur up to 20. You're going to change the particle to 3. And now your vacuum effect's done. Pretty simple. That's all you have to do. So now we're going to go into our tutorial file and we're going to grab our vacuum effect. Now of course I've already done that. All I have to do is put it on top. And there we go. So we're going to go to modes and change it to screen, and we're going to find the point where we want to begin vacuuming up our ghost. And I'm just going to say it's here, so this video doesn't really matter to me, but you'll know your specific part. Kind of make an easy indicator. Like in my videos, sometimes I'll pull forward like I grabbed it, or pull back like I grabbed it. So that's how you know you'll start. So you'll click Alt Begin Bracket, and that's how you'll do that. And then find where you want to stop sucking up the ghost. We're going to make this a very short suck up, so I don't have to waste any time. So we'll go right here and we'll go Alt in bracket. But there's one problem. The vacuum is sucking outwards. All you have to do is you have to go to Time, Reverse Time Layer, and you'll get red lines down here. And that means the effect worked. So of course, this is way too bright and you can't see any of the ghosts. And well, obviously ghosts can only appear in darkness, so we have this day for night effect, and we just drop that on, and now I'll make it darker. I got this from Video Copilot. You can learn a tutorial how to make it yourself, or you can just do that. I just think that's easier. So now we're going to move it around, and if you notice, you'll see a line down yours, and if you didn't, then you took the force up a little too high. So what you want to do is you want to take the pen tool, and you want to go around that source. You want to go to F for feather. You want to change the mask to subtract and feather it out about 28. So now what we're going to do is we're going to click P on the vacuum, and we're going to shut off the shape mask so it doesn't get in our way. All you have to do is click that little button right there and the shape mask will go away. So now we're going to scale it down to the right size, and W for rotate, and we'll rotate it to match the vacuum. Maybe I have to shrink it down a little more. So yeah, there, that's good. So crop this right here, like so, and then you want to move your ghost to where it wants to be. You can keep it 2D, but that's kind of simple, but the way I do it, is you go 3D. So all you want to do is twist the Y rotate, make it go a little out towards the camera, and then place it like so. So now it looks like you've grabbed your ghost in the vacuum, and it looks like it's going inwards. Now there's still one last thing we have to do. It's actually, well, not last thing, 2 or 3 last steps. Now what you want to do is you want to link the ghost to the vacuum. It's a very important part of the process, and you'll notice your ghost will be rearranged, but all you have to do is just go back and fix that. It's actually pretty simple to fix. There you go. So now wherever the vacuum moves, your ghost moves. It's a simple code in After Effects, but I'm not really that good at codes. I just keep it simple. So what you want to do is you want to click P for position and make sure your blur is always on so you get this more jerky, realistic feel to it. And you're going to move forward 1 frame and move it to where your vacuum head moves it. It's a very long process. If you have a long video like the King Boo scene in episode 10, that was the worst scene in the whole world. Now, I'm going to show you how the ghost actually goes in. I can just show you how you can break away, and that's kind of too simple. That's too simple. So I'll show you how to get him in. By the way, I think this might be a little too short. Yeah, okay. So we're just going to move it along. And of course, you're curious about the number. If you want to do the number, that will take a little extra step, and I'll show you how to do it. So I don't get any other questions on this tutorial. So you just keep moving it until you get to the point where it hits 0 or the ghost is captured. What you want to do is you want to click right here to make a new keyframe for the position. You want to click scale. You want to click occupancy. You want to click rotation. You're going to click U to show all these. And you're going to drag to the very last frame. And what you're going to do is you're going to move the ghost. Oh, I'm sorry. You're going to move the no, wait, my bad. All this positioning crap doesn't go to the vacuum. It goes here. I don't know why I did that. And S T U. Let me just get rid of those. What you're supposed to do on the vacuum is you're supposed to click in for the shape mask. We're going to turn that back on now and go here and drag forward all the way to the last frame. Not that far, but yeah, right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring it all the way in, except for one little thing. So it looks like the vacuum is pulling it in. Now this could take a while depending on how realistic you want the effect to be. I usually take this not to be too advanced. I usually do it to be simple. Don't want to show off too much. So what you want to do is you want to shrink it down to a very small size. You might not need to rotate that ghost, but if you have a ghost and you want to start getting in by its head and you have a specific head for the ghost, then you probably will have to rotate it. But it's always safe to have the rotation just in case you do some rotations and you don't notice. So then you're going to scale it down to 1 occupancy. We're going to go ultimate frame, and you should get something like this. And it's okay if the ghost kind of moves away from the vacuum. It gives it a more realistic feeling. Instead of it being stuck, it kind of wiggles around. That's what she said, but anyway. Yeah, there you go. So now we have a ghost stuck in. It's pretty simple. And that's basically all for the tutorial, but there's one more thing I'll show you if you want to go down that road, and that is numbers. So what you want to do is you want to get the number, and we'll type in 3. And change it to whatever font you want. Change the color of the font to white or whatever you like. Click Alt Begin Frame, and we're going to link this with the ghost. Not the vacuum, but the ghost, in case you want to make your ghost move freely. And at the end of this, I'll tell you another way you can do this. I'm not going to do it because it'll take too much time, but you know. So what you want to do is you want to click Alt, and actually at this point, you want this to be the last frame because this is when you hit 0. So I did a similar effect to this. I've already done a tutorial on this, so I'll rush through it. So you want to click U twice to get source code, and that'll leave a block. Go to here and change it to decrease in number, so it looks like it's decreasing as you vacuum it up. 1, and then go to the last frame, or second to last frame, it really does not matter. Include 0, and it will go into the vacuum. And something cool you can do, if you wondered how I did the effect, the fade in from dark to light, I'll show you that, just because I'm being extra generous. So you click D to duplicate, and you have your, you can name this dark footage if you really want to. I will. Dark footage, you'll name this light footage. Just so you don't get the two confused. So what you want to do is you want to go to light footage and get rid of all those special effects. And what you want to do is you want to click T for occupancy and drop this down to 0 and click Alt Begin Frame. And then drop this one to 100 and go to occupancy and go to 100. Drop all the way to as far as you need. If you have a special sound effect, then you probably want to time with the sound effect, but it doesn't really matter for tutorial wise. So you drop it down to 0 and you drop this one up to 100. And you'll get something that looks like this. There you go. So that's a pretty simple effect. And the goat and how you move the ghost is really self-explanatory if you know After Effects. Make sure you add a blur to the numbers, letters, so like if you jerk the letter, it'll kind of look cool, just like that. And there you go. This is all the effects should be. Let me just, yeah. So there you go. If you want to make it even more advanced by adding camera shakes and all that stuff, be my guest. But I just showed you it was kind of basic, but not really. Kind of a basic look on this effect. Once you know that stuff, you can take this really far if you really wanted to. Just like in King Boo, how I did all that jerky stuff. And if you haven't seen that scene, then make sure you check out Luigi's Mansion Real Life episode 10. It should be one of the first things that come up if you search it on YouTube. Alright, my name's Ryan Kelly, and I've given you your first tutorial of the new year, even though it's not new anymore. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any requests for tutorials or any comments alone, please leave them, and I would love to answer all your questions, and I would love to do tutorials that you recommend, as long as I could do them, and I'm pretty sure I could. Okay, never mind. Just never mind. Okay, my name's Ryan Kelly, and make sure you check more of my videos. I'll see you later. Adios, amigos.